What's up guys, I'm Roderick, aka Rodman, and welcome back to another video. So in the last video, I talked about the most useful weapons that you should always have in your inventory. But in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the most useful armor that you should have at all times in your inventory. Armor is extremely important in Tears of the Kingdom. So let's get right into the video. So starting off the list, I have the infamous Hylian Shield. If you guys are veteran players of Breath of the Wild, you would know that the Hylian Shield is going to be the best shield in the game. It bolsters a defensive rating of 90, which is the highest defense rating for a shield in the entire game. And the thing that makes it very cool in Tears of the Kingdom, which I do like this aspect, is you can get this thing extremely early. I'm talking like as soon as you can get to Hyrule, you can go and get the Hylian Shield. On top of that, you can do this method shown in the video to not even fight the Gloom Hands. So if you don't have the Hylian Shield, go get it. It's gonna make your fights with Lionels and things like that so much more easier, because you can obviously block things a lot easier and parry things a lot easier. So let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Climbing is one of the most important game mechanics in Breath of the Wild and in Tears of the Kingdom. And there's no other armor set that allows you to climb up mountains as effectively as the climbing gear. If you guys don't know, the climbing gear makes you climb 3 times as fast as you normally would with any other armor set equipped. The climbing gear is very easy to get. Just like the Hylian Shield, you can get it pretty much as soon as you reach Hyrule. It's very simple. Its defensive capabilities are also pretty decent as well. But honestly, I wouldn't even bother leveling it up, because you're pretty much just going to be slapping it on when you're climbing and just taking it off right after. But you definitely should be picking up this armor set, because it's going to allow you to traverse Hyrule a lot easier, because Hyrule is absolutely massive and you don't want to waste more time than you have to just getting from point A to point B. So let's go ahead and move on to the next item. So the next item on the list is going to be the Majora's Mask. The Majora's Mask honestly is one of the most useful pieces of armor in the entire game, because its passive effect is that no enemy in the game will attack you first as long as you have the Majora's Mask equipped. No enemy in the entire game Lionels anything. So what does this do? This allows you to get a lot of free damage off if you want to engage in combat, or if you don't want to engage in combat, you can just walk right past them, which is absolutely crazy. I'm not gonna lie, it is trickier to get than the rest of the items on the list. You kind of have this weird kind of pseudo Lionel boss fight, but it definitely is worth it, because this item is absolutely crazy. I recommend everybody to pick a Majora's Mask up. But let's go ahead and move on to the next item on the list. So the next items on the list are going to be the Fierce Deity's armor and the Barbarian armor. The reason why I have these on the list is because their defensive capabilities are very good, second to only the strongest piece of armor in the game, which I will be talking about later. And their passive effect is very good. The passive effect is that you get a massive attack buff while you are wearing the armor, which is very good, especially when you're just fighting high level monsters. It's going to be a necessity, because you don't want to sit there all day, wasting durability on your weapons. You can just easily equip this armor. Me personally, I do prefer the Fierce Deity armor, because I'm a huge fan of Majora's Mask. It is my favorite Zelda game in the series, and I just think it's super badass. If you have the amiibos, you can also get these armor sets just by doing it that method. But if you don't, you can also get them on the overworld, which I believe is super cool, because I believe in Breath of the Wild there were some things that were amiibo only, But let's go ahead and move on to the last item on the list. So at the final spot, I'm going to have your Champion's Tunic. The Champion's Tunic, if you don't know, is the tunic that Link is seen wearing throughout all the memories, and the tunic that Link is wearing at the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom. The reason why this is pretty much one of the best defensive items in the game is because it actually has the highest defense rating for any armor in the entire game. It starts off with a 5, and I believe you can get it all the way up to like a 50 defense rating or something like that. You can get this thing ridiculously early. I'm talking like as soon as you jump off the Sky Island, you can just fly right to the castle and get the Champion's Tunic. Really, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go to your house, and if you go to a secret room, you activate a quest and blah blah blah. You don't have to do all that. You can just go straight to Hyrule Castle and get it that way. If you don't like the aesthetic of the Champion's Tunic with the leather all around it, you can also get the Tunic of Memories by trading in Pole Souls that you get from traversing the depths. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more content just like this. Ramen out. Peace.